obviously he's only leveled up since then, so this is like kind of like the culmination of that almost, for me anyway.
Yeah, and getting us started pretty quickly. Let's go on to Pokemon Stadium. It is looking like it's going to be it's a pretty dominant showing for starters from Mikerowave, but we knew that this was a strong opponent. The side B not going to be just enough to make it back to the stage. You can see he's going to stage and not trying to snap to ledge, which I think is an important distinction from Dr. Kirb, but Mikerowave still going on a rampage right now. Yeah. You know, this is kill percent for a character like Falco.
Certainly, and we already see the switch to Pyra too, so Mikerowave knows, and he's just going to look for that kill. But this is the opportunity for Kirb. If he doesn't die immediately, this will happen where you get like the difference in weight that makes it easier to combo. Mikerowave opting to go to ledge. They're not going to get the kill. Back here going to do it all the same. Kirb finding a good amount of percent there, hopefully able to convert into a stock. Potentially good landing fair. His positioning is really impeccable. Catches, forward air should do it, yes, and trading stocks immediately 1 minute into the set.
And this forward air is going to be so important for this matchup, especially while the two of them are off stage. We know that each of them has a super linear recovery, so the fair just pushes them out to the left and the right side of the blast zone, meaning that they're not going to be able to recover from that side. That fair is going to do some pretty serious damage if I can give my own set prediction. But speaking of damage, we do have Mikerowave having the advantage once again, near kill percent right now on Dr. Kirb. You know, just having that up B is going to be what he does instead. I was expecting an up smash, but it is going to be the up air that does manage to close out that stock.
And see, that was the piece I feel like Mikerowave was missing, that first stock. Not getting the kill there, allowing Kirb to like find as much damage as he did. That is no shot. That's a stock. Oh yeah, wow, nothing there. Forget what I was talking about. No matter what damage there, Kirb was able to find the stock anyways. What a catch from Kirb. Just like you were saying, that forward air is going to do some real work. Potentially seeing it again, switches just in time though. That is going to be the bread and butter of Mikerowave off stage, is like swapping at the perfect time. It's just gonna be a matter of can Kirb call out when he does it or when he doesn't do it. It's gonna be really tricky. Great DI to catch the stage. Mikerowave still struggling to get off that ledge and out of this cutscene.
Yeah, looking to take that center stage once again. Mikerowave actually going to be falling to the side B from Dr. Kirb, still looking to hold him on, but you can see he's already changed his pace already. You know, he can you get a little bit of the sound with the side B where it's charging. Great foresight from Mikerowave. Now having that advantage, and it is going to be the up air to seal it out. He was falling behind for just a bit at that last stock, but Mikerowave going to be taking game number 1.
It's just so hard to pressure Mythra. That is so. Hey, I know what Scott wanted there, just to like kind of keep some pressure, force like a bad option from Mikerowave. But the foresight just came in, and he was able to reverse the situation and win the game off of it. It's just finding the. It's still possible, but it's just so much harder to put that pressure on Pyra Mythra than it is like every other character in this game. So that's gonna be something that he needs to keep in mind as the set's going. It feels like he has the right idea for just about every other aspect of this set. It's just going to be what he does with it.
Yeah, and I wondered, I mean, because we did see a little bit of an advantage there from Dr. Kirb that last game, just the way that like the final end of the tail end of that stock, you know, he was really starting to feel himself in the change of pace, but it does look as though Mikerowave is going to be leading us the same way that he did in the previous game.
Oh, good landing behind there. Good movement here from Mikerowave, just keeping Dr. Kirb off, like on his tiptoes, but able to find the combo once again, just evening up the damage here. They're forcing him to the right side. A little off the mark on that one, just short of that forward smash. Had the right idea, but again, such a hard character to catch when they're falling like that. So much is ambiguous with their timing to make it back to that ledge.
Yeah, and you could see the change of pace of Mythra in order to find the snap to ledge, and it is actually going to be Kirb to seal out that stock, as we were saying, just going way off stage in order to make sure that you don't get that sideways recovery.
Hanging out on right around that ledge when Mythra's online, just so essential. I feel like this matchup again. Mikerowave is doing a really good job of noticing Kirb is like not catching or like not calling out the switch correctly, and so he's able to just kind of abuse the switch a lot of the time, so Kirb isn't able to find that kill.
And that's such an important thing to take note of as well. Because what you can see here is it's that up tilt, it's the side B from Kirb that are his really important combo starters. But it's something that Mikerowave has also started to become aware of. That was a great grab into up throw, you know, wanting to keep Mikerowave up above him as much as possible. But Dr. Kirb, unfortunate air dodge there, as it's not going to lead to any respite, but a great charge from the side B. Not just enough to take the stock just yet, as Mikerowave able to make it back, but what a read from Kirb. That is going to be another stock on the board.
That timing was ridiculous too. That was a crazy call out from Kirb. I mean, I feel like that is like kind of the Pyra bread and butter, is like up B off stage till you can't. Dr. Kirb saying you can't and losing the stock for it. Very, very great catch there. And in the lead here, it almost doesn't matter though in this matchup, I feel like. Depends on what you can do with it after. Great DI on the up B.
Yeah, not able to take the stock just yet, and definitely that's going to do it for sure. But at any sort of percentage like that, you want to take that damage away from Falco as quickly as you possibly can. Having the Mythra out, you know, having the speed to be able to contest a character like Falco is so important here for Mikerowave, who is now finding himself in a very important bit of disadvantage. You know, Kirb just able to get these grabs, having him off stage, not able to give him an ounce of breathing room. Pyra going to make it back, and as you said earlier, that DI and interrupting the down smash too. What a big change of pace from Mikerowave.
It's just so hard. It feels like once you have them like dead to rights with their options, they just pull out the right one. That should be it though. Very linear to make it back. Sour spot down air will definitely do it though. Much too low. Dr. Kirb holds on to win game 2.
Yeah, those last 2 hits, actually, I mean, even before that, Mikerowave wasn't making it back. He was just way too far out there. Dr. Kirb sealing out game number 3. That is 2, 3?
2, yes.
Yes, 2. Sealing out game number 2, and what a different change of pace. You know, we could see Mikerowave fighting back. It was very neck and neck for a lot of that game. But ultimately, a lot of the different adaptations that we saw from Kirb were very much like his bread and butter combo starters, like that up tilt. And then I think something that was so important that we saw was he was grabbing at ledge. Any interaction that you could win at ledge, especially as a character with a very exploitable recovery themselves, just being able to take that option away from Mikerowave and say, okay, well, now I have you in the corner, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, and he's so good at abusing you in the corner too. Kirb has just been a beast in that position of the field. But obviously, both games have been really close. It's definitely one of those that's too early to call. Get your parlays while you can. Mid-game, it's dead even.
Now, I don't encourage sports betting, but if you're someone who's interested in watching, that's your business. However, we have we can have the neutral being established once again. A big change of pace in order to get the Pyra out already. You know, sacrificing some of that speed for an earlier kill, which is what you definitely want to be doing. I think we're going to be seeing the switch once again, making it back to the ledge, but Kirb still going to be looking to seal out that stock where he can. Unfortunately, finding himself in a bit of disadvantage here, as he is sort of, I mean, Mikerowave has really changed the pace a lot in order to make sure that he's not going to either side of the ledge when he doesn't have to. And it's such an important thing for him because he was losing those interactions earlier.
Oh, I like the idea from Kirb. Whoa! Somehow doesn't die for that either. That was so close. Just able to clutch with the clank on the down smashes. Still alive too. And finally gets it with a back air. Kirb able to survive that crazy situation just the whole way through and takes first blood for it.
Yeah, finding the landing back air, that's actually not going to be enough for Mikerowave just yet. The side B not going to be catching Kirb either, but that is the stock. Mikerowave taking one of his own and not allowing Kirb to get any bit of extra credit either.
Not even a little bit. Class is over, go home, you take it again in the summer, we don't care. Figure it out. One thing I will say about Kirb and his neutral here, I like that he's like playing a little bit outside of the Pyra Mythra bubble. I noticed that last stock. I feel like Mikerowave, like, oh wow, what a catch by the way. He would have had that first stock a lot earlier if Kirb was playing just like an inch closer, but he was positioning himself really well. That stock though, Mikerowave very aware of where Kirb was playing and kind of came to meet him, and it paid off because he took that stock really quickly.
That was such an important stock for Mikerowave too, because you could see that Dr. Kirb air dodged, and that was the thing that sealed his fate really. You know, you're looking for what you think is the safer option. But speaking of safe options, Kirb still finding the tail end of the back air to close out the stock, and Mikerowave trying to recover high so as not to deal with him at ledge. You still have to deal with him at some point in time.
It is so crazy how like consistent these players are once they get that first hit, and like continuing to apply the pressure here. Kirb opting to go high, but puts himself right where Mikerowave wanted him. That forward air will definitely take that stock, and Mikerowave goes up 2-1.
Great stock from Mikerowave. Dr. Kirb, knowing that he has such limited mobility with his recovery, opting to recover high, knowing that it's his only chance to go back to stage, and getting snuffed right out by Mikerowave, who is going to be taking us to game number 4.
Yeah, the only thing you have there is the skill check of like, hey, I know you can kill me here. Do you know you can kill me here? Of course Mikerowave knows he can kill you there, and he does. So we're going to game 4. Mikerowave favored, of course. But, I mean, I love what I've been seeing on both sides of the monitor, so I think that this should be a very entertaining game 4, regardless of the outcome.
Can hear his buddies cheering him on.
I know it's picking it up, too, because I'm hearing it in my headphones. That's so... And if you're at home watching this next year when Patchwork rolls around, you better be here. I'm so serious. The vibes of this event, just immaculate. Oh, beautiful.
We were just informed by production that there is, in fact, a mic in front of the crowd so that we can hear all of the hype. So, you know, if you're at home and you're missing it, you are a bum for not coming to Patchwork.
Absolutely.
So, getting us started, we do see actually a pretty early lead from Kirb. You know, going to be going for that up tilt fair in order to catch, as we said earlier, the fair so important at keeping someone on the wrong side of the stage. Mikerowave, however, going to be finding his way out of it and actually keeping Dr. Kirb in the corner as well.
Very, very solid here. A lot of pressure on that shield. Mikerowave not finding it a good opportunity to pop that foresight. Oh, commits early, but Kirb misses the punish. Great mobility in the air where Mikerowave finally finds it with a back air. Kirb playing really solid to start this game off. Wants that game 5.
Really important stock there from Kirb to land things out, but if he's not able to get any bit of extra credit, it won't make a whole lot of difference. Mikerowave just slowing things down a bit, ironically, as Pyra, but having Dr. Kirb here to try to take things back. We do see the switch to Pyra, importantly, especially at this side of the ledge. You want to take that stock away from such a light character like Falco, who has that up tilt that he's been using so consistently. It's anything to keep Mikerowave in the air.
Kirb is doing such a good job of like putting himself where Mikerowave is going to be, and gets a stock for it too. He like didn't find the fair, but he found himself on stage just in time to like catch him with a down smash, and Mikerowave just could not handle the disadvantage. Kirb up 3 stocks right now, finally losing that one to the fair.
Yeah, losing that stock, taking a little bit of a breather, just a fresh breath of air, and like, you know what, I'm still up, I can do this. Having that attitude is so important at this side of bracket. Mikerowave, however, going to be leading out with some of these Mythra nairs, just trying to keep Kirb in disadvantage, knowing that he's at the side of the stage and still able to go for the grab. What an important move there from Kirb, and something that has been serving him in this set thus far.
I like the use of these landing hitboxes here from Mikerowave, trying to throw Kirb, you know, show him, hey, you can't hang out there. Try to force him to go somewhere else. But I mean, it has really been back and forth, even this stock. Mikerowave not really getting a chance to take the upper leg. Even if he does take it, he's already going to be on, he's not even on the back foot anymore, almost. It's like, there's like a 3rd foot that he's on that's even further back. But Kirb puts himself in a good position once again. It feels like he just hasn't been able to keep up with like Kirb's positioning. When Kirb's in advantage, he is right where he needs to be to catch where you want to go. But now with Mikerowave finding himself in advantage, switch to Pyra going to come out. Not going to catch with any aerial there though. You need to take the stock pretty quickly. Switch to Mythra. Honestly, I like the idea here because you're off stage, you got to make it back. Ooh. Oh, wow! And just like I said, that positioning, knew that was the only place Mikerowave could go as Pyra, and just falling all the way down with a fair. Mid-set handshake, by the way. Just Mikerowave recognizing, yo, that was cold. That was really cool. And we're going to go to game 5 after a really good performance from Kirb that last game. Mikerowave needs to make a few adjustments here.
Game recognizes game,
Yeah.
and that offstage fair is one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen from Kirb, especially as someone who hasn't had the chance to watch him quite enough. That was pretty sick. Mikerowave now, knowing that all of the pressure is on his back this game number 5 to take it back, especially when you are representing your home region at an event, you know, there is this high expectation that's been placed in front of you, but Dr. Kirb, as the person looking to take what he can, it is going to be an important thing to keep in mind for this next game. And something that I think Mikerowave really needs to find a way to contest is going to be the way that he lands. Because often he is landing on Kirb, who is catching him with up tilt, catching him with up air, and it's not boding very well for Mikerowave. So I'm eager to see what sorts of adjustments are made on his end.
Need to see what he can do here. It feels like it's just a matter of keeping up, maybe throwing off. Honestly, I feel like the best answer, as unhelpful as it is just to stay at a disadvantage. Avoid getting there as many times as you can. Just play your neutral, get to neutral as soon as possible. Kirb is going to be where you are. Just find the options that he is throwing out and throw something that will stop it. Unfortunately, nothing you can do about that. Kirb showing you don't even need to catch the recovery moves to kill you early. That down air is going to do it, and Kirb looking poised to take the set.
Yeah, unfortunately, a character like Mythra can lose her jump. Lose her up B with just the tail end of the dare. So thankfully still going to be able to reset to neutral, but Dr. Kirb at a very comfortable 43% and already with a stock lead. This is a prime position for him to be able to continue some of this momentum.
Yeah. Oh, and he's continuing it for sure. Well, I like this here. He saw that, like, even though he was around him, there's nothing he could have done to continue advantage. He just runs away, pops some laser. Kirb, like, he knows his advantage is so good because he knows not to overextend. He knows when to hold him. He knows when to fold him. And quite literally, in that case, knew when to walk away, start shooting a little bit of laser to just add some more damage. Maybe force an approach from Mikerowave, who has found the approach and has found a lot of damage here as well. Trying to get this stock off from Dr. Kirb, stop the bleeding a little bit. Oh, just off the mark with the up B. That definitely would have done it.
That would have taken the stock for sure, BuddBuds. But already making the switch back to Pyra, but it is going to be the fair off stage that is going to seal it out for Dr. Kirb. You know, when you're on a character that relies so heavily on up B to recover that you don't have any other sort of linear ways to make it back, it's very important for Kirb to be able to just snip that character out in the bud. Yeah. Up air from Mikerowave, going to be taking that stock away from Kirb, who is now going to be waiting on that angel platform, just trying to take a few deep breaths before thinking, what am I going to do?
Knows that it is still losable, and that's honestly the most important thing here is, like, not having the thought of, oh, I can win this. You have to know how losable the set is at all points, especially in a game that is as wide open as Smash Ultimate. You really have to, like, focus up. As we're seeing right now, Mikerowave is on a tear, up air just in time to stop the train of Mikerowave. Not the second one, though. It was coming a second time, and we are dead even in the tail end of Game 5.
This is such an important adaptation that we're seeing because Mikerowave was getting caught by every single up tilt, and now at the moment it matters, we're seeing him find a way to turn it around and take the stock for himself. Dr. Kirb on his last stock right now. The grab coming out from Mikerowave, trying to keep Kirb in a corner as much as possible, taking it to oblivion instead. Not enough to take the stock either, but Kirb looking for his tried and true up tilt. His fair is going to be what gets it. Successfully able to make it back with the up B, shielding the up tilt again, knowing what it is that Kirb wants and keeping him in disadvantage on this ledge. It's such a dangerous position to be. Not enough for Mikerowave to take the stock, but the side B not able to connect either. What an air dodge from Kirb.
Mikerowave just off the mark on a few of these options that would have killed for sure. And here's what's happened, though. You've given Dr. Kirb an inch. Can he find the mile? He catches the air dodge in, and all of a sudden, we're right back into the other thing. The win probability is going up and down like crazy. Catches the air dodge down. Not going to kill quite yet. Mikerowave trying to find a landing that's safe. Reverse the situation. Now Dr. Kirb has to find the landing. Not going to be able to. The tip of that Mikerowave up air is going to close it out, and the hometown hero moves on winner's side, and he pops off. Well-deserved, finding his crowd. There he is over there. What an ending to that set, Pearl. Oh my God.